take up the next concept in the module 3 of construction management and entrepreneurship subject, in which we were dealing with the construction quality. In construction quality, we had completed the construction quality process, inspection and quality assurance. So now, after that, we shall take up the next concept, that is quality control. The quality control is the periodic inspection. This is the periodic inspection in order to ensure that the constructed facilities meet the standards specified in the contracts. Okay, so this is the basic definition of quality control. So, in this particular process, it is the comparison which takes place between the actual performance and the given standards. Then actions will be taken if there is any significant difference. This is about the quality control process. So, this quality control is an overall commitment to produce a defect-free products. Okay, this is about the quality control. Okay, this involves observing actual performance, okay, and comparing it with the standards. With the specified standards. Okay, so quality control is the overall commitment to produce the defect-free product. Defect-free products. Okay, this is about quality control. So, what all are the steps involved in the process of quality control? That is, the steps followed in quality control process. So, the first step is to choose the control subject. Okay. The first step is to choose the control subject. That means to choose the subject which we intend to regulate. So, after choosing the control subject, we need to establish measurement for the subject which is chosen. Establish measurements. That means for the control subject which is chosen, we need to establish measurements. So, after establishing the measurement, the next step is to establish the product goals or the process goals and even the standard of performance. So, these things has to be known in order to compare with the actual performance. Okay. The next step is to establish the process goals or the product goals and the standards of performance. Then finally, the next step is to measure the actual performance. So, after knowing the standards, now we need to measure the actual performance. So, after knowing the actual performance, the next step is to compare. The next step is to compare the actual performance and the process goals or the product goals and the standards of performance. And then finally, we need to take actions on the difference. Okay. So by knowing the differences between the actual performance and the standards, we need to take necessary actions if the differences are more. Okay, this is about the quality control. This is how we control the quality of the process or the products, etc. Okay, after knowing the concept or the process of quality control, and we have even learnt about the concept of quality assurance, now we need to know the differences between quality control and quality assurance. Differences between quality assurance QA and quality control QC. Quality assurance, quality control. So now, what all are the differences between quality assurance and quality control, which can be written as QA and QC. The first and the foremost difference is its definition. So here we can define these two. So the definition of the quality assurance and the quality control is the major differences between these two. Firstly, the first difference is its definition. Quality assurance is defined as a program covering activity to provide quality in the work to meet the project requirements. And in case of quality control, it is the periodic inspection to ensure that the constructed facilities meet the standards specified in the contract. So here it is program recovering activity and it is periodic inspection. Okay, this is the first difference. So the next difference is its focus. So quality assurance focuses on preventing the defects. So its primary objective is to prevent the defects. Okay. So what about quality control? So quality control focuses on identifying the defects. Okay. For the next difference is its focus. That means quality assurance focuses on preventing the defects and quality control focuses on identifying the defects. So the next one is its orientation. Orientation. So when we take orientation, quality assurance is process oriented and quality control is product oriented. Okay, here we concentrate on the program or the process. So here in quality assurance we focus on program or process, therefore it is process oriented. So whereas quality control is product oriented. Okay. So what is the next difference? So the next difference is the action taken. Depending upon the action, quality assurance is considered as proactive method and quality control is considered as reactive method. So what is this proactive and reactive? quality assurance is considered as a proactive method. So quality assurance is a proactive method as it prevents defects from arising by maintaining the quality right from the beginning. That means the quality is maintained right from the beginning by preventing defects within the products or process. So what is reactive method? That means quality control is considered as the reactive method as it checks the quality after the products are manufactured to identify the products are in the line with the customer satisfaction or requirement. Okay, it is this method or this quality control, it only checks whether the quality after the products are manufactured, whether those products satisfies the customer's requirement. Okay, this is about proactive and reactive. Then comes the next difference is its function. So the quality assurance is implemented. So quality assurance is implemented at the design stage. So what about quality control? So quality control is implemented at the final stage. That means depending upon the function of each process, we can differentiate it as, so quality assurance is implemented at design stage, whereas quality control is implemented at its final stage. So these five are the differences between quality assurance and quality control. That means its definitions, because it is program recovering activity and it is a periodic inspection. Then this focuses in preventing the defects, but this focuses on identifying the defects. Next comes the orientation. Quality assurance is process oriented, whereas quality control is product oriented. Next, what about action? So it is proactive method, here it is reactive method. Okay, then the last one is its function, since it is implemented at its design stage and here it is implemented at its final stage. So these are the differences. So after this we shall go for the next important concept, that is cost of quality. The next concept is cost of quality. So this is nothing but the overall cost of the quality. So cost of quality is the sum of quality control cost and failure cost. That means cost of quality is equal to quality control cost plus failure cost. So this is the basic definition of cost of quality. So next, what is quality control cost? Quality control cost is the cost of providing necessary products and services as per the required standards for a particular project. So these costs includes providing necessary products and services as per the required standards for a particular project. So this cost is treated as good amount spent, that is to provide necessary requirements for the projects. Then failure cost. So failure cost is associated with the process not being operated to the requirements. So this can be treated as unnecessary amount spent. Quality control cost is considered as good amount spent, and failure cost is considered as or treated as unnecessary amount spent. So depending upon this, we need to consider small flow chart. As we know, cost of quality is defined as the sum of quality control cost and failure cost. Okay. Further, quality control cost can be divided into two, that is prevention cost and appraisal cost. Then failure cost is divided into internal failure cost and external failure cost. We know the cost of quality is the sum of quality control cost and the failure cost. Further, quality control cost is divided into a prevention cost and the appraisal cost, whereas in case of failure cost, it is internal failure cost and external failure cost. We shall go from first. We know the basic definition of quality control cost and the failure cost. Now we need to know these four types of costs which are differentiated between quality control cost and failure cost. So what is this prevention cost? So prevention costs are associated with the design or implementation, maintenance and planning prior to actual operation. So these are considered in order to avoid defects from planning. It is associated with design, implementation, maintenance and planning prior to actual operation. For this, to give an example, cost includes new product review, quality planning, process reviews, quality improvement and training provided for the workers. Then other related costs are considered as prevention cost. So next comes appraisal cost. So appraisal cost is also one of the part of quality control cost. So these costs are spent to detect defects to assure the conformance to quality standards. So appraisal cost sums up the cost of checking if the things are correct or not. Okay, this appraisal cost is basically considered to detect the defects in order to assure the conformance of the quality standards. So the appraisal cost basically focused on the discovery of defects rather than prevention of defects. So here we involve ourselves in the discovery of the defects rather than concentrating on preventing them. So to give an example for this, the cost includes the first time inspection. It can be the calibration of measurements, the testing of equipments and suppliers, surveillance, etc. These can be the examples for the appraisal cost. So next comes the failure cost. In failure cost, we have two types, internal failure cost and external failure cost. So the internal failure costs occur when the results of work fail to reach the designed quality standards and are detected before transfer to the customers takes place. That means the defects are detected before the products reach to the customers. So this can be the rework or scrap or reinspection or corrective actions or redesign or vendor defects and other related defects are considered as internal failure cost. Now the last one, it is external failure costs. So these costs occur when the product or services from a process fails to reach the designed quality standards and it is not detected until it reaches or it is transferred to the customer. This cost also involves if the process fails to reach the specific standards. Okay, so the example given for this external failure costs are the cost that include processing customer complaints and the customer returns. It can be warranty claims or repair costs or product liability and product recalls. So external failure cost also includes the services from the process if it fails to reach the designed quality. So this is about the cost of quality. Thank you.